Enter the world of biblical humanities, where an enriching symphony for the mind, heart, and soul plays at the crossroads of the Bible and the humanities. Hello, I'm Jessie Lee from Hubel Center, South Korea. Today's collective literary journey will delve into Hermann Hesse's Demian, first published in 1919. Subtitled, The Story of Emil Sinclair's Youth, this novel holds a significant place in literary history. Penned during the tumult of World War I, Hesse completed this work within a mere 3 weeks, earning it the moniker of the Bible of the Youth Movement. Its resonance among young readers, including members of BTS, stems from its candid exploration of identity formation and individuality, themes particularly pertinent to the younger generation. However, the genesis of Demian is steeped in the author's personal struggles. Hesse, known for his vocal opposition to war and nationalism, faced immense mental and physical strain amidst his responsibilities at a prisoner of war aid center. Compounded by the loss of his father and the illnesses afflicting his wife and son. The harrowing events of 1917, including the devastating casualties at Verdun and the Somme, served as the catalyst for Hesse to embark on the creation of Demian. Praised by luminaries such as Stefan Zweig and Thomas Mann for its narrative prowess and profound insights, Demian continues to captivate readers with its timeless exploration of the human condition. Let's take a look at the plot summary of Demian. As a 10-year-old attending Latin school, I, Emil Sinclair, found myself drawn into the orbit of Franz Kromer, a 13-year-old from a different background. Initially flattered by his attention, I soon felt sidelined when he bonded more closely with other children. Desperate to regain his favor, I spun a tale of stealing apples, which Kromer ruthlessly exploited for his gain. The weight of his blackmail tormented me, leading to sleepless nights and stomach-churning anxiety. In a bid to appease him, I emptied my piggy bank, but his demands and insults persisted, haunting my every moment. A newcomer, Max Demian, joined our Latin school, a grade ahead of me. The son of a wealthy widow, he quickly won favor with his mature demeanor and confident presence. After a lesson on Cain and Abel, Demian approached me, offering his interpretation of the story. He challenged conventional views by suggesting that Cain's mark preceded the act of violence, implying a deeper complexity to the narrative. Despite finding his perspective radical, his words left a lasting impact on my young mind. Meanwhile, I remained ensnared in Kromer's grip, haunted by his manipulation even in my dreams. Though I repaid my debt to him, he continued to wield it as a means of control. Demian's unexpected intervention offered a glimmer of hope, urging me to confront my tormentor. Rejecting Kromer's influence, I embraced a newfound sense of liberation. Despite lingering doubts, I sought solace within the sanctuary of my family, eager to leave behind the shadows of my past. Reflecting on my childhood, I recognized the pivotal moments that shaped my journey towards self-discovery. Stimuli from an unfamiliar realm often disrupted my inner peace, triggering both fear and introspection. The primal urge of sexuality, laden with temptation and sin, posed a profound conflict between self and society. Franz Kromer's shadow, once an external threat, now lurked within, overshadowing my psyche. Meanwhile, Max Demian's unconventional beliefs challenged societal norms, sparking a subtle yet profound transformation within me. While I initially avoided Demian's influence, he eventually seeped into my consciousness, questioning traditional religious doctrines. Unlike my classmates who outright rejected faith, I navigated a nuanced path, blending reverence with free interpretation. Demian's provocative views on Christianity exposed the inherent duality of existence, prompting me to reconsider my beliefs. The dichotomy between light and dark worlds, embodied in the tale of the thieves on the cross, echoed a dilemma I had long grappled with. Demian's assertion that embracing one aspect necessitated acceptance of its counterpart struck a chord within me, challenging conventional notions of faith. As I contemplated his teachings, I realized the need to align with a belief system more attuned to my evolving perspective. While I had yet to fully embrace Demian's radical philosophy, his influence paved the way for a profound metamorphosis. As the school year drew to a close, I stood on the cusp of a new chapter, poised to embark on a journey of self-exploration and spiritual awakening. Upon my enrollment at gymnasium, I found myself adrift, unable to find my footing. One solitary day, I crossed paths with Alphonse Beck, a senior dorm mate, and we shared conversation before venturing to a quaint suburban pub. Though unaccustomed to wine, each sip seemed to unlock a new dimension within me. As Alphonse regaled tales of romance and domestic life, I realized there was a reservoir of experience I had yet to explore. This chance encounter planted the seeds of rebellion against societal norms, propelling me into a tumultuous existence of unchecked indulgence. Transitioning from an appreciation of Bach's melodies and poetic verses to a reckless descent into debauchery. I experienced a paradoxical blend of misery and liberation, outwardly descending while inwardly awakening. Despite partaking in familiar social circles, I abstained from pursuing romantic entanglements as my peers did. My exploits soon became public knowledge, branding me as a hopeless troublemaker destined for expulsion. Amidst the chaos, I yearned for the companionship of old friends, spending nights steeped in beer-fueled cynicism yet feeling profoundly isolated. In solitude, I confronted a gnawing nostalgia for my true self, grappling with the belief that if the world did not recognize my worth, I was destined for ruin. Resentment simmered towards Demian, compounded by his silence in response to my letters. However, a chance encounter with a mysterious woman, whom I dubbed Beatrice, breathed new life into my existence. Her ethereal presence inspired a transformation within me, prompting a departure from my self-destructive habits. Embracing chastity and spirituality, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery and redemption. Subsequently, as I reminisced about Demian, memories of our encounter resurfaced. His cryptic words lingered in my mind, prompting introspection on the enigmatic influence he held over my life. A surreal dream involving a crest and a painted bird further underscored this transformative journey. Despite the heightened loneliness, this metamorphosis marked a pivotal step towards embracing Demian's influence as a guiding force in shaping my destiny. The response to my bird drawing arrived unexpectedly, concealed within the pages of a book on my desk. Its cryptic message: the bird struggles to get out of the egg. The egg is the world. He who is to be born must break the world. The bird flies to a god. His name is Abraxas, sent shivers down my spine, evoking a sense of foreboding. Reflecting on the enigmatic reference to Abraxas, I recalled Dr. Pollins's teachings on ancient mysticism, emphasizing the symbolic significance of this deity as a unifying force between the divine and the demonic. As I delved deeper into the pursuit of Abraxas, a longing for love burgeoned within me, urging me towards new aspirations and visions. Among recurring dreams and visions, one stood out: a poignant embrace with a maternal figure. Bearing an uncanny resemblance to Demian yet possessing an otherworldly femininity. This surreal encounter epitomized a profound duality, symbolizing both ecstasy and reverence, and hinted at a destiny I yearned to embrace. With uncertainty looming over my academic future, I grappled with the imperative to heed the voice within and pursue the dictates of my dreams. Struggling against a restless inner turmoil, I sought solace in aimless wanderings, yearning for connection yet grappling with despair. Salvation came unexpectedly through an encounter with Pistorius, a musician whose profound insights resonated with my existential quest. Amidst the crackling flames of his father's hearth, Pistorius illuminated the interconnectedness of all existence, urging me to transcend narrow boundaries of individuality and embrace the divine essence inherent in every aspect of creation. His words, though not entirely novel, acted as a catalyst for profound introspection, gradually dismantling the barriers that confined my consciousness. Through our discussions, I underwent a transformative process of shedding old layers and embracing a newfound clarity of purpose. A journey culminating in the liberation of my inner spirit, symbolized by the emergence of a resplendent bird of prey, soaring beyond the confines of the world's shell. One of the most profound lessons imparted by Pistorius was the imperative to continue advancing on the journey towards self-discovery. Embracing his eccentricity, he instilled in me a sense of self-worth and fortitude. He possessed a remarkable ability to find significance in my musings, dreams, and thoughts, treating them with earnest consideration. His counsel urged me to eschew comparisons with others, embracing the concept of Abraxas as the encompassing deity of both light and dark realms. According to him, we must heed the inner voices of our souls, for in Abraxas, we find affirmation that our deepest desires hold no fear or prohibition. He asserted that the true reality resides within us, a realm fraught with challenges yet navigable with collective support. One evening, as I traversed the path homeward from school, a fellow student named Kromer engaged me in conversation, probing into matters of psychic phenomena and spirituality. He divulged his pursuit of white magic, emphasizing the importance of abstinence in cultivating inner strength. Although I questioned the primacy of abstinence, he vehemently defended its virtues, accusing me of hypocrisy. Following our altercation, I sought solace in sketching the enigmatic woman from my dreams. As I scrutinized the evolving portrait, it bore an uncanny resemblance to figures from my past, prompting a deluge of conflicting emotions and memories. Recalling Jacob's struggle with the angel of God, I grappled with a profound sense of existential angst. Venturing into the nocturnal abyss, I encountered Kromer, grappling with his own demons. Through our exchange, I imparted words of solace, urging him to recognize our shared humanity amidst the tumult of spiritual strife. Despite finding him exasperating, Kromer unwittingly became a catalyst for my own introspection, offering insights that illuminated my path. Over time, a disillusionment with Pistorius's guidance simmered within me, as his teachings felt increasingly dogmatic and restrictive. Our relationship fractured irreparably when I voiced my disdain for his fixation on archaic rituals and mythologies. Our parting marked a pivotal moment of self-reliance, as I ventured forth into the darkness of uncertainty, seeking guidance in my solitude. As Pistorius bared his vulnerabilities and aspirations, I realized the profound loneliness inherent in the pursuit of destiny. Amidst my own existential turmoil, I penned a plea for assistance, acknowledging my desperation for guidance in the face of overwhelming darkness. My tenure at gymnasium has drawn to a close. During my break, I ventured to Demian's former residence, where I was granted access to a family album by an elderly woman. Within its pages, Demian's mother appeared just as I had envisioned her in my dreams, maternal, stern, and fiercely passionate. To me, she embodied a paradoxical blend of demon and nurturer, destiny and beloved. Upon my return from a brief excursion, I enrolled at the University of H, seeking solace in Nietzsche's writings amidst the disappointment of lackluster lectures. Nietzsche's philosophy served as a beacon of liberation, offering solace as I navigated the complexities of self-discovery. A chance encounter with Demian amidst the city streets marked a pivotal moment of reunion. He greeted me with a premonition of familiarity, noting the enduring presence of the mark of Saan upon me. Demian, ever the harbinger of prophetic insight, lamented the erosion of genuine human connection in a world besieged by fear and conformity. He prophesied a societal collapse, heralding the emergence of a new era guided by the collective will of humanity. Arriving at Demian's abode, I was warmly received by Mrs. Eva. A woman whose serene countenance and profound wisdom exuded an aura of maternal grace. Her intuitive recognition of my inner turmoil and her insightful commentary instilled in me a sense of belonging and purpose. Reflecting upon the transient nature of home, she imparted wisdom, emphasizing the importance of remaining steadfast in pursuit of one's destiny. From that moment onward, I became a frequent visitor to Mrs. Eva's sanctuary. A realm where dreams and fairy tales intertwined with the palpable essence of love and spirituality. Immersed in discussions with kindred souls, our circle embarked on a quest to embody alternative paradigms, serving as beacons of hope in a world ensnared by disillusionment. As our conversations unfolded, Mrs. Eva emerged as a silent observer, her presence imbued with empathy and understanding. Her anecdotes, including tales of unrequited love and existential longing, resonated deeply, offering poignant insights into the human condition. My affection for Mrs. Eva transcended conventional boundaries, oscillating between sensual and spiritual realms. In moments of communion, reality blurred, leaving me to ponder the ethereal nature of our connection. Dreams of unity with her, whether as celestial beings or elemental forces, underscored the profound depths of our bond. A portentous encounter with Demian, wherein he recounted visions of impending upheaval, left me unsettled yet intrigued. Sensing an impending shift in the fabric of existence, I parted ways with Demian, haunted by the shadow of uncertainty that loomed over us. One fateful day, as my thoughts were consumed by Mrs. Frau Eva, Demian arrived on horseback. Riding alongside me, he solemnly revealed the impending conflict between Germany and Russia, heralding the dawn of a new era. Inquiring about my intentions, he disclosed his plan to enlist as a lieutenant upon mobilization. Acknowledging the inevitability of our involvement in the impending conflict. Concerned for his mother's safety, Demian astutely observed my attempts to shield her from harm. With war looming on the horizon, a sense of anticipation swept through the town, permeating every conversation. Seeking solace in the familiar, I sought refuge at Mrs. Eva's home, where we shared a poignant meal together. Assuring me of her support, Mrs. Eva bid me farewell as Demian departed for the battlefield, her parting embrace lingering in my memory. As I journeyed towards the battlefield, I encountered countless faces marked by the trials of war, each bearing the weight of a profound destiny. Initially disillusioned by the grim reality of combat, I gradually came to appreciate the resilience of my comrades. Witnessing their unwavering resolve in the face of adversity, their collective struggle mirrored the tumultuous rebirth of humanity, akin to a majestic bird emerging from its shattered egg. One early spring day, as I stood watch outside the farm, a gust of wind and swiftly moving clouds stirred my thoughts. Memories of Mrs. Eva and Demian flooded my mind. In that desolate outpost, amidst the howling winds, I felt the presence of a guiding force enveloping me. Gazing into the clouds, I envisioned a sprawling city with countless people converging toward a divine figure reminiscent of Mrs. Eva. As the dream unfolded, the goddess cried out in anguish, birthing a cascade of brilliant stars that streaked across the night sky. One of which seemed to be aimed at me before shattering into a multitude of flashes. Suddenly, the ground beneath me gave way, and I plummeted into darkness as the world crashed down around me. Covered in dirt and wounds, I was transported to a cellar, where the distant sound of artillery fire echoed overhead. As I slipped into unconsciousness, I felt an intense pull, drawing me deeper into a realm unknown. Upon awakening in a makeshift infirmary, I found myself next to Max Demian, his forehead bearing the mark. Without exchanging words, he imparted cryptic wisdom, urging me to trust my intuitions and find solace within myself. With a gentle kiss reminiscent of Mrs. Eva's grace, he vanished into the shadows, leaving me to confront the pain and uncertainty that lay ahead. Despite the trials that followed, I found moments of clarity, rediscovering my inner strength and resilience amidst the turmoil of war. Thank you for delving into the plot summary of Demian together. Until next time, stay curious.